was blessed a long time ago to invest my money the right way and, put what you think about me. I don't care what you say about me. You're not in the position that I'm in.
One Terence Crawford has fired back at Floyd Mayweather, claiming the boxing legend actually owes him around $31 million, dating back to the early days of their relationship. This comes after Floyd called Crawford's recent win undeserved and posted private sparring footage to downplay him. Crawford says Mayweather's need for online validation is just a cover-up for his financial troubles, pointing to Floyd's latest lawsuit in Las Vegas over unpaid luxury cars as proof that his wealth isn't what he portrays.
I couldn't choose a better guy for the job.
He's gonna make you hundreds of millions, you say?
Hundreds of millions, it sounds good, but we're in the billionaires club.
The lawsuit that triggered Crawford's response was filed less than 10 days ago in Clark County District Court, painting an uneasy picture for the former champion. Both Floyd Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions LLC were named in the complaint by Vegas Auto Gallery, which alleged Floyd purchased 4 luxury cars worth over $2 million on July 3rd, including a 2018 Mercedes Maybach, a 2023 Ferrari, a 2023 Porsche, and a 2025 McLaren. Court documents revealed that Mayweather initially handed over 2 checks, one for $1.6 million and another for $650,000, only to later instruct the dealership not to cash them.
That they did some shady practices. But this is a response to their lawsuit that he bought 4 cars in the amount of $2.3 million back in July. And one of the cars was $1.2 million, which was a 2018 special edition Maybach. I don't know, something really, really fancy. Very.
Instead of finalizing the deal, Floyd flaunted the purchase on Instagram to his 29 million followers, showcasing the cars as part of his Money Mayweather image. According to the dealer, Floyd never planned to keep them long-term and only wanted them as props to maintain his wealthy persona. In the end, he returned 3 of the vehicles and agreed to keep the Maybach under a $1.2 million settlement. But the issue remains that he still hasn't paid.
Options. I got about 100 cars. But right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16.
By signing the settlement, Floyd and Mayweather Promotions effectively confessed to the judgment, legally admitting they owed the money and forfeiting the right to dispute it if they defaulted. Still, the dealership claims Floyd missed multiple payment deadlines, even after being granted an extension. Vegas Auto Gallery's attorney, Michael Cristalli, put it bluntly, "Our filing speaks for itself. Despite Mr. Mayweather buying the vehicles, tendering checks and executing purchase agreements, he refused to pay for the vehicles."
$1 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, "That's true, but you owe 50 more." And he's just like, that can't be right.
This type of claim is nothing new from Mayweather, as he has faced repeated accusations over the years of failing to pay for goods and services on time or at all. From unpaid wages at his now shuttered Las Vegas strip club Girl Collection to disputes with jewelry dealers and event promoters, the same pattern keeps surfacing. The fighter who built his brand on flaunting wealth often finds himself entangled in financial controversies and debt disputes.
I mean, dang, Floyd Money Mayweather. Man, wow, y'all around here getting Rolexes, not paying for them. Man, y'all got stacks of money, owing jewelers money. Man, how y'all around here, man, getting millions of dollars in all this jewelry and leaving 200?
That's where Crawford's claim hits harder. His sudden statement that Floyd owes him around $31 million isn't entirely out of left field. While his team has stayed quiet on the details, the backdrop suggests a few angles. One possibility is that Crawford is pointing to lost earnings from the mega fight with Mayweather that never happened. When Floyd walked away in 2017, Crawford was already a unified champion at 140 and moving into welterweight supremacy. A matchup at that time would have been a blockbuster, easily pulling in hundreds of millions on pay-per-view, and Crawford may feel that missed opportunity cost him the payday of a lifetime.
I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on, dude, put your legacy first.
Another angle could be business dealings beyond the ring. Since Mayweather's promotional company has been tied to countless fighters, events and ventures where disputes over unpaid percentages, marketing shares, or promotional duties are common. What makes Crawford's timing even more striking is that his accusation came right after a private sparring video of him and Floyd surfaced online. In boxing culture, sparring is almost sacred, a protected space where fighters push limits and sharpen skills away from the spotlight. Leaking that footage breaks an unspoken code of trust, which may explain why Crawford responded by going after Floyd, not just in words, but in his wallet.
The Money Man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. He had to get the ones. Make it rain. Yeah. I need everybody. I mean everybody. Had girl collection Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl. But whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection.
The irony is sharp. Floyd's entire persona has long rested on two pillars: the 50-0 record and the image of endless wealth under the Money Team banner. But lawsuits over bounced checks and unpaid luxury cars chip away at that carefully built identity. In contrast, Crawford now stands at the peak of his career, the only fighter in the four-belt era to become undisputed across 3 divisions, giving him both the credibility and the momentum to call Floyd out without it sounding like empty talk.
So the money's really gone. Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money. All that money. Yeah, it took been 2 years. So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like I don't even want to talk about it. Like within lifestyle, that money is gone. Trust me. Now it's like you call him, he'll be at.
The Vegas Auto Gallery case exposes just how fragile the Money Mayweather image can look under legal scrutiny. According to filings, Floyd not only defaulted on payments but also lashed out publicly, telling his millions of followers to steer clear of the dealership. The business says that move sparked harassment from Floyd's fans, turning a financial dispute into a reputational one. For the dealership, it's about money and credibility. For Floyd, it's another reminder that while he still fights for status online, the courtroom tells a very different story.
And then about the whole 50 Cent story, you gotta hear
accusations that Floyd Mayweather has unpaid debts with fellow athletes. A widely known allegation comes from rapper 50 Cent, who accused Floyd of cheating him out of $2 million during his jail sentence.
Then are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up,
Floyd Mayweather has often faced accusations of unpaid debts with athletes. One notable claim came from rapper 50 Cent, alleging Floyd cheated him out $2 million while jailed.
We're going to get to it. What's up? We're going to get to it. International with.
Meanwhile, Floyd has carefully managed his finances. He split from Top Rank after long disagreements, choosing to back himself against Errol Spence Jr., a gamble that delivered a defining victory. Today, he sits atop boxing as the only 3-division undisputed champion, financially independent and secure. So when Crawford calls out Floyd, it isn't just criticism. It's from a fighter who views himself as the rightful heir to Mayweather's throne. In both boxing greatness and financial self-reliance.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all 4 of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. Told them, listen, if you guys go to school, or you work in one of my business.
Crawford has carefully managed his finances. He split from Top Rank after long disagreements, choosing to back himself against Errol Spence Jr., a gamble that delivered a defining victory. Today, he sits atop boxing as the only 3-division undisputed champion, financially independent and secure. So when Crawford calls out Floyd, it isn't just criticism. It's from a fighter who views himself as the rightful heir to Mayweather's throne. In both boxing greatness and financial self-reliance.
It became a fight where Crawford made it where Canelo, to have any chance, he had to go get close. So he had to go through a bad neighborhood.
Yep.
And Crawford mugged him. It's that simple. He had to go through a bad neighborhood to get anything done, to get to the place that something was going to be done good.
Yeah.
And he got mugged going through that neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Well, if I think about it, if I do come back.
Financial and legal troubles surrounding Floyd Mayweather. Crawford struck back after Floyd dismissed his win over Canelo as simply beating a washed-up fighter. Crawford rejected that claim, stressing that he executed a precise game plan, and ironically, it included elements from Mayweather's own style. Speaking to Inside the Ring, Crawford explained that his strategy was built on history. He had carefully studied how Floyd Mayweather Jr. broke down Alvarez with sharp defense and movement. He also dissected Dimitri Bivol's calculated approach, which left Canelo looking ineffective, and even observed signs of decline in Alvarez's fight with William Skull, where limited footwork exposed him. For Crawford, the outcome was never in doubt. "I knew I was going to beat him," he said confidently. Whenever Canelo ran into a fighter with Crawford's style, disciplined, slick, and adaptable, he struggled. Crawford believed he not only had those tools, but additional weapons to seal victory.
Outs to Crawford. You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm going to let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right. Okay? First.
Despite the grand stage, the fight opened with a tense calm. Many believed Alvarez's sheer size and punching power would bring a quick finish long before the scorecards were needed. Canelo tried asserting his strength early, pressing forward, but found himself frustrated by Crawford's airtight defense. Crawford slipped, blocked, and countered with calculated patience. His offense lacked the theatrics, but carried precision and consistency that chipped away. Round after round, Alvarez's vaunted power failed to create the breakthrough. "There's never been a formula to beat Terence Crawford," he remarked afterward. "So I always knew my chances were strong." While much of the arena sat in anticipation of Canelo's trademark eruption, Crawford was instead piecing together a quiet showcase of skill and control. By the time the championship rounds neared, it was evident who held momentum. Still, his corner cautioned him with one last reminder: they're not going to hand it to you.
Be honest, when I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me, but for me, I knew I could do it and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that?
Crawford answered by pushing the pace, upping his output, and seizing complete control in the final 2 rounds. By the time the bell closed the 12th, the result was undeniable, and the scorecards only confirmed the obvious. With the win, Crawford's record rose to 42-0 with 31 knockouts, cementing his place in boxing history. He became the first man ever to capture all 4 major titles across 3 separate divisions. The last to reach that level of supremacy was Henry Armstrong in 1938, when undisputed carried an entirely different meaning.
I think that for me, I watch defense as much as I watch offense. So I thought like watching Bud catch those shots off his glove.
He looked amazing.
So amazing.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah. He'd go to a body and he'd catch that and come up with an uppercut. Just all those things that seem...
He looked great.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody do that ever.
In the aftermath, Crawford spoke with a striking calm. "I don't feel anything unusual. This was meant to happen," he said, delivering the words as though greatness were second nature. That perhaps is the essence of his story. Crawford never framed the victory as some miracle, but as the inevitable result of discipline, study, and self-belief. Yet the spotlight has quickly shifted back toward Floyd. Crawford has dismissed Mayweather's attempts to diminish his achievement, reminding everyone that Floyd faces his own troubles. It is Mayweather, after all, who now finds himself in court over unpaid luxury cars, and Mayweather who is chasing high-profile fights again. To Crawford, the critique holds no weight, because Mayweather's current return to the ring appears driven less by the pursuit of lasting legacy and more by the pull of money and spectacle.